What's up, YouTube world? This is Steven again. It is currently 2:51 p.m. on June 18th of 2015. Sorry about my voice. I kind of have a cold right now. I had a sore throat on Tuesday. Now I have a cold today. But yeah, just bear with me. This is going to be a really informative video because I would like to welcome you all to my milestone 10th. Right. Okay. Top Thursday. Today I'm going to be revealing my top 5 tips for fantasy football. So you fantasy football fans, you may want to pay attention to this. You may want to watch this because I got some really good tips for you guys today. And football season, of course, since it's almost summertime, is right around the corner. Preseason is going to be starting in August. So for you fantasy football fans and people who play fantasy football for fun and for money, you are definitely going to want to watch this because I got some good tips for you. And these are going to go from the least important to the most important as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Number 5 is watch out for the bye weeks. So pretty much you don't want to draft all of your players who are going to have a bye week on week like 8 or week 9 or whatever. You won't win that week if you do. So have a variety of bye weeks. So draft someone who has a bye week on week 3, someone who has a bye week on week 4, week 5, 6, and so on, stuff like that. You don't want to have like half your team have a bye week on week 9, half your team have a bye week on week 10, or your entire team having a bye week on week, like, whatever it is. Just watch out for bye weeks and be careful of who you draft based on that. Number 4 is draft a kicker who plays in an indoor stadium. The reason behind this is because the weather won't be a factor. So a good thing to do is draft someone, a kicker who won't be prone to like heavy winds or rain or snow or whatever comes his way. So some good examples would be Detroit Lions the Detroit Lions have an indoor stadium, Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals, Indianapolis Colts, New Orleans Saints. I think the Atlanta Falcons play indoor. I'm trying to think of who else. I think the Houston Texans play indoor. St. Louis Rams. I think the Dallas Cowboys Stadium can be indoor. And I think that might be it. But yeah, seriously consider drafting someone who plays in an indoor stadium just so weather won't be a factor. Number 3, draft as many running backs as you can. And I can't stress this enough because running backs are pretty much, even if they're backups, they're pretty much automatic points because they run on the ground. For example, I drafted Andre Ellington when I didn't follow my number 5 tip because everyone in my roster, or nearly everyone, had a bye week on week 9. And I drafted Andre Ellington, who plays for the Arizona Cardinals, for week 9. And that was when he got a 80-yard run for a touchdown. And that was pretty much what won it for me because I won it by about 15 or 16 points. So yeah, that was pretty much what won it for me after I drafted him. But yeah, and about running backs, that brings me to my next tip. Number 2 is draft a running back as your first pick. And I know a lot of people make this mistake. Excuse me. But a lot of people that are starting off in fantasy football actually draft a quarterback as their first pick. And I made that really, really bad mistake myself. And I ended up being 7th out of 8 in my league just because of that mistake, because I had a really crappy running back for my starter, and an even crappier second string running back is my second running back on my list. And it really did not go well for me. So draft a running back as your first pick. That is like essential, trust me. And my number 1 tip for fantasy football is draft a wide receiver who plays for the same team as the quarterback that you drafted. Meaning, say for example, if you drafted Aaron Rodgers, draft Jordy Nelson. Or if you drafted Peyton Manning, draft Demaryius Thomas. Or if you drafted, say, Eli Manning, get Victor Cruz. Or like Colin Kaepernick, get Vernon, I think, or Crabtree as well. Those are examples. Like if you draft a quarterback, make sure you get at least one wide receiver on the same team as your quarterback. This is because this can really rack up some major points. Meaning, if your quarterback passes a touchdown pass to the wide receiver you drafted, not only is the quarterback going to get points for making the touchdown pass, your wide receiver is also going to get points from catching the touchdown pass. And I really know this is a really good rule because I drafted Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson the first time I ever did fantasy football, and they racked up some major points for me. But yeah, those are my top 5 tips for fantasy football. I hope you all enjoyed this, and hit me up in the comment section below and tell me some of your tips as well that you use, and some tips that can be useful for others possibly. So yeah, those are my top 5 tips for fantasy football, and that's my top Thursday for today. For my next top Thursday, I gotta look up some stuff that I can do because I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing as of right now. But yeah, I wish you all the best of luck in your fantasy football leagues if you do choose to play, and I hope these tips were really helpful so you can have a successful fantasy football season. If you want to see my most recent top Thursday, click around this general area right here. And if you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe right there. You Richmonders, I want to see you hit that subscribe button. And comment below. And I will see you guys next time with another video. This is Steven signing out.